Wget and client URL are the most common tools to download and interact with web applications, but they have slightly different commands when performing the same task. For example, to download a script from websites, wget uses this simple command. Client URL, on the other hand, requires option O like this. There are some other options in our notes when interacting with web application using these two methods. Please take a look at them. We can also use these command line tools to transfer files between two hosts. Let's start with a PHP server here. And on the other machine, we can use this wget command or this client URL command to download files from the server. By default, the PHP web server doesn't support file uploads. We will have to use PHP scripts to do that, but the process is beyond this scope. To upload files, we'll use this Python upload server, and from another machine, we can use this client URL command to upload files to the server. Wget doesn't support file uploads directly, but not entirely impossible. Again, the process is beyond our scope. When we need fileless operations, which avoid saving scripts or binaries to disk, pipes can be a useful option. With client URL, we use this command and option pipes and bash. If we want to use wget, we need a little extra option in the command. There may be a case where wget or client URL command line tools are not available for file transfer. In this case, we have something called bash built-in dev TCP interface to download files. So let's start a simple Python web server on a Linux machine. And from another Linux machine, we'll use this command to connect to the web server and send HTTP GET request with this command. That includes a file we want to download. This right here is some sort of special character we use to redirect the output of the command to file descriptor 3. There must be a detailed explanation about file descriptor, but we should be just fine with all of this, I guess. What we have covered regarding file transfer methods, none of them are really secure. Secure Copy Protocol or SCP is another file transfer command line tool that uses SSH protocol. Now, SCP is generally more secure than other methods we mentioned so far. First, let's check if SSH is active. On another Linux machine, we can use this SCP command to download a file from the previous machine. Or if we want to upload files, we can do this. Since we are using our username and password to transfer file, this can be a little security concern. So what we might need to do is create another user credential and use them for file transfer purpose to avoid using our primary credential. So let's add another user on this machine and set a password for that user. Let's switch to user 1 and enable SSH. You might already be familiar with this kind of error. Let's switch back to our default user and add user 1 to the sudo group and repeat the process. Since we have no file to be transferred, let's make a simple text file. Let's go back to another machine and download the file we created to download directory. Python upload server also supports HTTPS. We can use this in file transfer if security is a priority. So, before we start a web server on this machine, we need to create self-signed certificate. And now we will also need to create a directory to host the web server because we don't want to put our certificate the same location with the web server so that it can be accessed or downloaded by anyone connecting to the web server. So in this directory, let's start our web server using this command. And from another Linux machine, this command will upload a file to the web server. If we want to download from the web server, we can use this. Let's download what we just uploaded to a different directory.